And the first time we've seen this tandem together, Mr. By the Book, Gaston LaRue, along with the Tiger Prince, Percy Drews. They've got their bodyguard, their heavy, Saturn Price in tow. And as a result,
I was going to ask you who the guy in the jeans is.
Yeah, well, this threesome is collectively known as the Tragedy Boiz. A little bit of a punk rock influence, a little bit of a Japanese wrestling influence. And together they hope to be a tragic story for their opponents tonight. It's a tragedy listening to these guys talk about how good they think they are.
You know, I was talking to them backstage, and first of all, they don't speak in full sentences. That was weird. Secondly, they won't stop talking about themselves.
Doesn't shock me in the least. Gaston LaRue has the book of wrestling. Says that came from his Uncle Lash.
Well, they say in a wrestling match, nobody bites like Gaston.
Two TSW stalwarts. It's 12 Gaige on the right, Hunter Holdcraft on the left. Two young rookies who have worked their way from the ground up. Listen, they don't have the best win-loss record. They've had some bumps and bruises along the road, but after sensing some chemistry with one another back at the Raider Rumble in the month of August, they decided there's something here. Let's explore a tag team, and as a result, the Hype was born, and that name stems from the energy and enthusiasm. More on that in a moment.
Are they from New York? I haven't seen them out there.
I had the fortune of being in LaSalle a week ago to watch 12 Gaige and Hunter Holdcraft compete in front of their hometown crowd, and the ovation, the energy in the air certainly lends itself to a name like the Hype. You're seeing energy and exuberance in the Hype, and you're seeing a different tone and vibe from two men calling themselves Tragedy Boiz. How do you break this down, Jarrett?
Well, first of all, let me say, Joe, you go to Philadelphia, I see you at MLW, you're in LaSalle, you're in Rhode Island, you're everywhere. First of all, let me just say that. Secondly, look, you see these two Hype boys right there?
Yeah.
You know what I see? I see two young, talented, strong competitors. However, look at them. They're far more interested in talking than competing. The one in the shoulder wrap there, what's his name?
The shoulder wrap?
Yeah.
The man on the outside of the ring, that's 12 Gaige. In the ring, it's Hunter Holdcraft.
Sure, so 12 Gaige was clapping at the beginning of the match. Again, like I said, far more interested in getting the crowd invested than competing, and that could be their downfall against the Tragedy Boiz.
You just don't like fun. You just seem upset that the crowd really wasn't digging you.
I like fun. I have fun. I just don't like fun with the crowd. I have fun on my own.
Okay. I'm not going to follow up the question with that. As you see Hunter Holdcraft now chops the shoulders, and amateur takedown by Hunter Holdcraft, a collegiate champion, a all-state in high school wrestling. Has been competing since he was 7 years old.
Now that's definitely going to benefit him, right? You look at the Tragedy Boiz. I doubt they've got collegiate amateur experience.
I'm not sure they were allowed in college. Tag into Percy Drews, who, yes, is wearing two mismatched, what are those, shin covers? Boots? Knee pads?
Kick pads, Joe.
The whole
Kick
deal
pads.
is mismatched. Percy Drews is one guy, but he himself is mismatched. But there's a quickened pace as 12 Gaige is tagged in. Oh, you can feel that thud.
That kick's going to hurt him tomorrow.
And so I know you're going to ask, Jarrett, Gaige is actually the name of 12 Gaige.
Sure.
And that moniker 12 Gaige, that speaks to his explosivity in the ring.
I can tell, but with the explosivity comes strength. And you might not have that strength that you should have with only one healthy shoulder. So I'm going to keep an eye on that all night.
Nice combo into the cover, deep hook in the leg. You know, Hunter and 12 Gaige actually met one another in middle school. They went to the same school. They were about 2 years apart, I believe, in grade. But when you look at that chemistry, when you look
cute.
at the
What was that? Like 3 years ago, Joe? Look at them.
I don't believe so. But these men are still very young, I believe in their early 20s. Nice back elbow. They think alike, and certainly they come from the same place. They grew up in the same town in LaSalle,
nice
Rolling Thunder
splash.
by 12 Gaige. 12 Gaige, a football on a track star back in school.
Sure, and you can see by the speed and explosivity there.
Jarrett, do you think one day we might see you take on a tag team partner and challenge one of these teams?
Well, you know, I learned something when I was just starting my wrestling career is if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. There's all possibility that I could end up in a tag team here at Tri-State Wrestling, but right now, I'm focused on me. Oh, man.
I'm not sure if we can find a partner that you'd like as much as you do yourself, but be that as it may, Percy Drew's now taking over on 12 Gaige, and notice the ring positioning. 12 Gaige is in the wrong part of town by design.
Looking to isolate their opponent, but you've got to cut him off just like that.
And Percy, too, can only notice he kept his eyes on Hunter Holdcraft in case Hunter tried to interrupt the fall. Percy, a young veteran. I've seen him around the Midwest a number of times over the years. And tag into the brains of the operation, Gaston LaRue, who says he's got all the answers in that big book of wrestling.
Oh, a cheap shot there.
Oh, check out the combo in the corner. Percy followed through with that leg drop, almost threw his opponent, 2 count only.
Now that right there, Joe, that's tag team wrestling. You isolate your opponent, you knock the opponent's partner off of the apron, and you continue on offense. Not worried about what the crowd's saying. With a flex to boot.
Now you're coming around, now that these two gentlemen maybe feeling themselves a little bit.
I don't know if they're New Yorkers, but I do like their style.
Uppercut by LaRue. Well, LaRue sounds like a very Cajun name, so maybe he's a New York import.
It's French, Joe.
Yeah.
LaRue's French. They're French people in New York.
There can be. Well, I'm saying, though, his Uncle Lash, I mean, I know one Lash LaRue, never mind. There's a suplex by Percy Drew. Into the cover. Now notice the wide base Percy had on that cover, which helps his balance, helps him drop the shoulders for a longer amount of time, nearly pick up a victory.
And while he was doing, he was staring daggers into his opponent on the apron.
And this crowd all over! The Tragedy Boiz as 12 Gaige explodes out of the corner, but can he find a tag in Hunter Holdcraft? And LaRue in illegally after Saturn distracts the official.
Saturn was merely concerned.
Yeah, concerned in his meal ticket. We're losing this thing.
That's your opinion, Joe.
The phantom audio tag. I don't recall there being an exchange legally. You got no comment to that, do you?
I've got no comment to that, Joe.
Mutual Admiration Society out of here. One of you lies, the other swears to it. Back in comes Percy. We can see the competition of the tag team division, the assisted leg drop.
And they're not done, Joe.
Wheelbarrow up and over, down with a code breaker. Nicely done. Is that enough? No.
The fight from 12 Gaige, that's admirable, I gotta say.
And it's starting to raise the ire of Percy Drew, some frustration on the side of the Tragedy Boiz.
And it's showing there, the ref having to break that count.
And check out Saturn for a blind side. The official being manipulated, Hunter being manipulated, and a boot to the face. It's 3-on-2 out here. It's a glorified handicap match.
I don't know what you're talking about. If the ref doesn't see it, neither do I.
What an analyst you are out here. What are you doing? Taking payoffs in the back to come out here and further everybody else's dogma, everybody else's agenda?
Fair and even. I'm calling it both ways. Straight down the middle, Joe.
And wait a minute, 12 Gaige able to kick away.
Oh.
And being hit from all sides. But the Spitfires fight back. all reaching for a tag, but might as well be a mile away. Oh, got it that time! 23-year-old natural athlete Hunter Holdcraft unloads. Now this man is all raw potential. What an upside! Gut wrench. Side salto suplex, shades of Harley Race.
The athleticism and the strength from this young man, genuinely surprising.
I'd love to see him in the ring with you one day.
No thanks, not right now.
Oh, wait a minute. Percy Drews has the leg. At 12 gauge. Oh, wait a minute. Tiger feint kick hits Gaston.
Innovative offense there.
And Holdcraft. Oh, what overwhelming power gets Saturn Price off the apron.
But the referee's distracted once again.
That should have been 3. LaRue wasn't getting up. And Saturn gets knocked down.
Saturn pays for it, but the match continues, Joe.
The tragedy here are how many rules the Tragedy Boiz have broken. Oh, wait a minute. This could be time for the hyperdrive. I saw him hit it LaSalle, but Percy Drews scouted it as well. Oh, what a win this would have been for the Hype. But Tragedy Boiz playing split. That was double jeopardy. Double jeopardy's gonna do it. Oh!
A dog pile in the middle of the ring, Joe.
Hunter able to push Percy into the fall. The contact negates the referee's count. And we're back in a stalemate. Talk about 4 hungry young athletes looking to put their name on the map, right?
They are putting everything on the line. They've got to be tired now, but it's anybody's game.
And Hunter low-bridged by Gaston, and that means 12 gauge is a man on an island, no allies, and the Tragedy Boiz have 5 seconds to do whatever the hell they want. Oh, flatliner.
Miscommunication from the Tragedies.
The old malfunction at the junction.
Whoa.
And check this out. Oh, Hyper Beam! Oh, we're getting hype. They want to make a statement. Does the Hype? And they want to take this into hyperdrive. Shoulders down. They have done it.
Let's give it up for tonight's tag team contest winner.
Still a relatively young team, Jarrett, but I'm seeing the synergy, the cohesion that goes in line with what could be tag team specialists in the making.
There may be a couple of dweebs, but there's no denying the talent. There's no denying the talent.
And you know what? They may be coming for you one day.
I better find a partner then, Joe.
Maybe you could pick the reflection in the mirror. That may be the only partner you respect as much as you do yourself.
And it'd be the best one I could find.
Big win for the Hype. Big things happening. The TSW Tag Team Division. Hunter and 12 gauge had a lot of potholes on the highway as individuals, but as a tag team, it looks like the formula is intact.